What, Owen? What's up? Oh, whoops.
Is it too high?
No, my volume's off. Oh my gosh. I'm like turning my thing off. Oh wait, this has to go this way. Sorry if anybody's there. Orientation is low. I'm trying to put my volume on without affecting my volume's on 0. Hi, hold on, I'm trying to get my volume to work. There we go. There we go. What, Owen? Yeah, no, that's pizza's for you too. There's pizza for you too. Hi there, guys. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to get organized here. You know, so my phone doesn't die. I'm a little rushed. I was a little rushed getting home, and I'm getting myself organized here. So, but we're here, regardless. Give us a second. How is everybody? How's everybody's Friday night? My arm is killing me. I've got some pinched nerve craziness going on in my neck, and my arm is still hurting. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Friday night, yay. So nice to be, well, actually I'm gonna work tomorrow. I'm gonna do Saturday school. Hello from Atlanta. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Well, I can't believe that this is happening, honestly. I am like, I don't know why, but it feels like Christmas a little bit. It's kind of like what I've been waiting for. Like, is the guy ever gonna say anything? I really did not think that he would ever say anything. I really didn't. I thought that he was gonna go to his grave. He knows that we all want to know what happened and we want more information. I mean, he has to know that. He has to know that the public is wanting to know more because clearly we don't have the whole story. Oh, how do you donate? Wow, thank you so much. My website, jennifer.org. It's jennifervaughn.org, sorry. www.jennifervaughn, V-A-U-G-H-A-N. I said that a little too fast. .org/donate. There's a donate section on my website, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I don't think that we ever thought that he would say anything. So what, how, and it's kind of crazy timing because the Chris Watts thing is still really, really hot on YouTube. And people are talking. He got roped into this tonight. He didn't even know he was going to be doing this. I said, we're talking about Chris Watts tonight, and you're going to be sitting here and talking. He's leaving for Canada tomorrow, but we're talking.
Said everything about Chris Watts.
Oh no, there's a lot more to say because he's speaking. Okay, so apparently he spoke with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. He went back and talked. I guess I'm talking over here. He's talking to Tammy and Graham Coder, the same two people that he spoke to when he was being interrogated. And so it'll be released on March 7th. It's an audio recording and it'll be written as well, but we won't have, unfortunately, we're so used to seeing him in video and seeing the whole thing in video, we won't see that. So we won't get to see Tammy and Graham and Chris and all their expressions, unfortunately, but we'll just have to listen in and kind of get, oh, you have to mute that, that's right. Oh, we've got to get the comments to come up. Yeah, sorry, let me get that up on my computer. I was really like juggling when I got everything going here. How do I get to that now? I'm like confused.
Is it exclusively about Chris Watts, or are there any other topics that can be discussed tonight?
Well, let's see. I'm handicapped and I only know Super Chat. What's Super Chat?
Super Chat.
I don't know what that is. Why can't, do you have the comments? Oh, you have them.
I have the comments.
Okay, can I sort of see them? Because I can't get it on my computer. Oh, let's see. Hello, oh, there's a hello from Canada.
Panama?
Yeah.
Oh, Canada. I'm going back tomorrow.
For a week. For a week. And then he'll be back for a couple weeks.
Get the red carpet out, please. I would appreciate to be like welcomed at the airport. Yeah, as usual.
Oh, in Canada?
Yes.
Have your fans waiting there when you get off the plane.
My fans with the, I want to cheers.
Oh, thank you. Oh, somebody else asked about how to donate. Wow, you guys are awesome. Should I put a donate button on here? I've never really thought of doing that. I have a donate area on my website. It's under www.jennifervaughn.com. .org, and I've had that for a couple years now. And yeah, that's how you donate and support my channel and me and what I do. So that's awesome. So yeah, we got this news yesterday. Actually, I had somebody who follows me, Misty Dane. She follows me on Instagram and YouTube, and she wrote to me. I'd been busy all day at work yesterday, and she goes, "Are you going to talk about this on your channel?" And she had sent me a link to ABC News, and that Chris Watts was going to be speaking, and he spoke, and we don't know how it all went down, whether it was Tammy and Graham who maybe had a few more questions for him, even though he's already been sentenced, or if Chris has decided that he wants to share more of what happened that night, and hope to God that he doesn't say more of that, you know, this was Shanann's doing or something like that. We're all hoping that that's not the case, that he actually is honest and maybe he's had time to think about this and say, you know, share more of what happened, because like I said, I don't know if he has access to YouTube and he knows the craziness that's gone on since the case and knows, you know, how much that people are talking about this, and there's, you know, a lot of interest in it. I mean, he must know, obviously. Apparently he talks to his dad every night. I'm sure his dad has told him what's going on if he doesn't have access to the internet. Wouldn't you say?
I think there's two possibilities. It's either going to be apologizing, like truthfully to about what he did.
Admitting to all of it.
Admitting and apologizing, or he's going to come up with something that might...
Another lie.
Yeah, another lie, or yeah, or something that can help him get out of there, like somebody help him.
I can't lie anymore. No more.
Something new that could restart
another really awful lame
process.
lie. If that's all this is another lame awful lie. I don't think so. I think that for them to be putting this out there at all, and the news, you know, the news circuits are all picking it up and sort of making a pretty big deal out of it, I have a feeling that it might be bigger than that, but you know, we don't know. But yeah, I really will be interesting to hear. Of course I was listening to True Crime Loser about it this morning, and he was talking about, like, you know, what's the tone gonna be, or the mood gonna be with these three, because the last time they were all together, it was a completely different situation. It was Chris trying to pretend that he had not done anything wrong, and that he was, you know, this worried husband, which he did a really awful job of that. But, you know, it was them trying to get him to tell the truth. And now he's already in jail, obviously, and he's, you know, he's said that he didn't really openly say that he killed his daughters. He just pled guilty so that he wouldn't get the death penalty. So who knows? Maybe he'll finally,
Somebody's
confess
asking
to
about a link.
A link for what? To my website?
Delia, it's easy.
But the email link here, I'll know, is to... Oh, you want me to put the link to my channel?
JenniferVaughn.org.
Oh, here we go, yeah. That's really easy to do. NNIFERVAUGHAN.org.
Whenever I write your name, I never know, donate. Like 2 N's, 1 N, 2 F's, 1 F.
You don't know how to... There it is.
Yeah, it's like, it's...
Did that work? It says... Oh yeah, there it is. It's under Eric. We're on Eric's computer.
Yeah.
What is it? What does that say in French? Petit problem?
Small problem.
Petit problem.
Petit problème. Supprimer toutes les adresses web. Puis try again.
It didn't work?
Like, I don't think it went through.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a small problem.
I wrote it right. I can see it.
Am I on petit problème? Try again.
Okay, we'll do this again. Jennifer.
I think she got it, but try again, because there's something went wrong.
VAUGHAN.org. I'll just do that part of it, and then it's not doing it.
No, it's not. Can you see it, Delia?
I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that's it.
JenniferVaughn.org.
Yeah, and then it's like /donate. Oh. Guys, I think Watts filed a 35C motion for relief from his sentence. He is going to blame Shanann. Someone else said something like that he's still going to continue to blame Shanann.
What POS?
What a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit, yeah, for sure.
Piece of shit.
It's so much easier to do.
You realize that prison wasn't fun at all, and that it was like not a like. Yeah, he wants out of there.
I don't know what super chat is, Delilah. What the heck is super chat? I'm so like new to this.
Super chat like on YouTube.
Will be awesome. Chris comes back with the old gang. That's what True Crime Loser said. It was so funny. The band, the old band's getting together.
Band.
Yeah, getting the band
We need a
together
bass
again.
player.
It really will be interesting to hear. I hope we hear it from the very beginning to the very end. The salutations in the beginning. How are they gonna like greet each other, and how awkward is it gonna be? I can't imagine Chris like. I just feel like he still isn't gonna talk properly. There's gonna be a lot of like him not really expressing himself well. I have a feeling. Just can't stop following the case. I know I had somebody write on my Instagram today, why would you give this guy a platform? Why would you talk about this piece of shit and like promote it on your Instagram? And I'm like, because of what he did. And I'm like, this is like, why would anybody continue talking about any true crime story? People are interested in this. It's very big on YouTube.
Crimes are interesting because people still talk about crimes that were like 50 years ago.
Right, and this just happened. I mean, it's still fresh, and I mean, gosh, and now we have the Patrick Frazee, and we know what happened there now. That whole case with I wrote everything down, so the names are kind of confusing in that one because it's Kelsey Barrett, and then the ex-girlfriend is Crystal Kenny. There's a lot of K's. I've seen even newscast people screwing their names up. Well, Kelsey is who was murdered. Patrick, the ex-fiance, I guess they were not really together at that point, but yeah, he beat her with a baseball bat, bludgeoned her to death in her home. And then Crystal is the ex-girlfriend who gave all the details to what happened. It's horrific. And what's interesting
that
is...
case, you called it what? How do you call it?
I don't know if they really have a name for it, but that happened in November on Thanksgiving Day. And then he put her in a bag in his truck, drove to where he was having Thanksgiving dinner. Now I'm wondering who had the baby all this time, because apparently the baby was in a jumper in like another room. They've said so the baby wasn't seeing the mother being murdered. I don't know that the baby would have really understood what was happening anyway, but apparently there was blood everywhere. And so then he put her in a bag after he killed her, put her in the truck, and then went and had Thanksgiving dinner. And then he dealt with the body like a couple days later. He burned her at his property with like, he burned the body. But that whole thing is crazy. That happened like, okay, so it happened on Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to remember exactly when all the Chris Watts information came out. He was sentenced in November, and I feel like it was right around that time. Like, God, I've got to get the dates for that, like when Chris Watts was sentenced and all the information was dumped on YouTube, because I feel like it was right before that. And it like makes me think, my God, did he see all that information on Chris Watts and it gave him an idea? I don't know. Just wondering. You know what I mean? Because it all happened like right around the same time.
Like, I'm gonna do something better. Like it's gonna be. I'm not gonna get caught.
Yeah, another thing where I'm gonna like pretend like she went away and just took a trip somewhere with the baby and didn't tell anybody, and he's like get rid of the evidence, and then he's gonna get away with it.
Chris Watts, brilliant.
It seemed to work so well with him. Now I'm gonna try it.
Let's try
Freaking idiot. And they're both in Colorado. It's crazy. Okay, we're not reading comments. Super Chat is a tool on YouTube that lets you click, thank you, Mr. Don, on it and donate to the creator instantly, but YouTubers say that YouTube takes a lot of the money. Oh, I didn't know it. So, Super Chat. I've seen Lockdown 23 and 1 do that, and he's like constantly getting donations, and I wondered what that was. Okay. He's low-key, isn't he? Not a very assertive kind of guy. He'll be a deadpan, I reckon, in the interview. I know. Like, I'm just wondering how he's like. Does he have a written statement? Has he memorized something? Is he just talking from the heart? How is this gonna come out? Like, I'm dying to know how this guy is. Is it possible for him to sound any more like like a little bit more educated that he's sounded in the past? Because the pressure isn't on him now. The pressure is off. He's in jail. He's had time to think about this. He's not trying to convince anybody that he didn't do it. So it's a totally different, what do you call it? Perspective, I guess, yeah. I think you have to update it on your side, girl. I'll be sending $40 when you get the Super Chat. I don't think I can just hit Super Chat. Can I? I don't know. You're so nice. Thank you, Delia. Dino, we don't know what he said. We won't know until March 7th. It's this Thursday. So we've got to wait about 6 days. And they will release it to the public. It's going to be an audio recording and text. We will not have a video. We won't get what we're used to, unfortunately, because we've been absolutely incredibly spoiled with all that we've had so far, but we won't get that. It's just going to be audio and text. We have to use our imaginations, but it's kind of killing me that I can't see. I want to see them. I want to see them so bad all together in that room again. I don't even care who the camera's focused on. I just want to see them all together at that table having their little discussion. I want to see their expressions. That's the most, I want to see that the most. I just can't imagine doing that to my family. It is disgusting, absolutely. Guy I was with a year ago said it made him get tested, so now a year later. Oh yeah, we're not really talking about HIV right now, but he says he won't wear a condom.
I don't trust him now, and he says he won't wear a condom.
It's such a shift from talking about Chris Watts. I'm kind of going to go past the HIV stuff right now. I know you guys kind of want to talk about that too. Some people do. But I really wanted to talk about the Chris Watts case and also the Kelsey Barrett case. Even I just totally despise my wife or girlfriend. I could never imagine hurting them like that. Yeah, like I wonder about this Frazee guy. He blindfolded her with a sweater of hers in her own home and told her to smell these new candles that he had. I mean, like he was trying to do it like a sweet thing. And as she's going to smell them, he bludgeons her with a baseball bat to her head. And apparently the scene was very bloody. It was all over the walls, the floor. There was blood all over the toys. And because this ex-girlfriend came, he said, you need to come here and help me clean this up.
And like there was no way for the police to find that?
The police somehow missed it. And
nobody watches
her
Dexter?
brother found blood spatter, right? Her brother found blood spatter in the bathroom. Maybe it was like low behind the toilet or something, I'm not sure, but somehow the police missed it and the brother found it, and that was like a very big clue that something had happened in her home. And then of course, Crystal Kenny has come forward with tons of information about what happened.
So Delia just paid off her car, and she said we're her family.
Really?
That's so cute.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
Where are you, Delilah?
Delilah.
That's
Williams.
funny you say Delilah, and I think of the song.
Delia.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City?
I think of Delilah,
the lady
radio.
on the radio, yeah. To his company, three's a crowd. Chris may well be thriving. Apparently, his dad calls him every night. That's so weird to me. I didn't even think he had access to a phone, but apparently he's talking to his dad every night. And his dad says, and his dad apparently did an interview as well that we're going to get to hear. But, you know, there was already a quote that said, he said, I don't even know why they continued on their search or something. Like, he's basically believing that Shanann murdered the girls, which is just going to irritate the shit out of everybody because nobody needs to hear that. We all know that's just BS. But apparently he says that Chris knows the Bible inside and out, so of course that's all Chris has to read. I never really thought Chris was a religious guy, so I don't know what that's all about. That's somewhat interesting, I guess, but I don't know.
That's interesting. Again, Delilah, she says, like, I don't know if she knew, like, well, we're talking about HIV.
Yeah,
I don't know, she got on PrEP.
Sabi BG, your Indian
see you
abroad,
guys-
said you're the bestest YouTuber. Thank you. You're so
That's
nice.
so nice, sweet.
I know.
You guys talked about it. I never knew about PrEP. It's a lifesaver.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
PrEP
so
is
that's why
Truvada. The drug
you
is called Truvada. If you take Truvada and you have condomless sex with someone who has HIV who doesn't know they have it and isn't on medication, you will not get HIV. Truvada.
Even if you take it after the relation?
Yeah, you have
after-
within 72 hours if you think you had sex with somebody with HIV who wasn't, you know,
That kind of
undetectable.
amazing. The virus is
Yeah.
already in your body, and that stuff will like immediately like come in and kick the ass out of HIV.
Yeah, it's basically doing that to me. It just can't get those last few particles that hide. So, yeah, I mean, my medication makes me undetectable.
She's from Missouri, but I was born in California.
Oh, where in California? I'm in
Okay,
California. Okay, I'll shut up. How funny.
California.
California's so big. You realize that I I travel all around. I see so much stuff.
Hold on, Mr. Pinkle says, I'm not in the USA, so was it reported CW release without video? I'm not sure what you're asking. Was it?
He's talking about the release. Like
The new
today,
video?
we just heard that
Yeah.
there's going to be.
There's no video, and there's no, there'll be an audio released, an audio recording, and text. There's no video. We won't get to see them.
I'm thinking they're just playing with us, and they're going to release this thing that's
a repeat of everything that he's already said. He better not, I swear. I mean, I wonder how much he knows about what's happening on YouTube, and because that's really truly where you can see that there is this thirst for people wanting to know what's going on. My videos have proven it. I mean, my Chris Watts videos went crazy. And so, and I kind of didn't do any more because I didn't really, I don't know. I really didn't know if I had a lot more to say about it. So many people had different angles, and I didn't want to really compete with people just for views on angles. I was pretty much happy with what I had done on my own videos, and I kind of left it at that. But now there's this new, you know, thing that came out, this little snippet in the news that really is just crazy because we are thirsty for more. We want to know. We want to know. And Chris is the only one who knows. And if he's talking, maybe he has something new that we you know, we're all waiting to hear.
So back to Delia, she says she's on PrEP like permanently. Is that possible?
Yeah, you could be on, if you feel like it's more common for like gay men to do that because that's a high risk group. But if you feel like you're in a high risk situation with your partners, then of course, I mean, the doctor has to prescribe it. Let's see. They could make a compilation from previous stuff and just what and see, I guess. But
cancers are the best. I was
Shanann
born
didn't kill her
2nd of
kids.
July.
Of course, Shanann did not kill her kids. And that's just so absurd. Like for anyone to even entertain that happened that way, it's insane. She did not do that. There's absolutely no way. We know that.
Well, we suppose like women are not killers, so we.
Well, there's no
evidence that she did.
There's no evidence. You don't.
Well,
you don't.
he can say whatever he wants. There's nobody's there to defend her.
No woman is upset about going through divorce and then goes, oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna freaking go kill the kids now. That's how I'm gonna get back at you. No woman would do that.
No, never.
She loves children.
That's
She's
not
pregnant
in your.
with a baby.
That's not in the woman's genes.
Genetics.
For sure.
No way. No way.
Interesting that men will do that.
And it's so silly that he would think that anybody would even believe
women
that.
would rather die than have their kids.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Women kill kids, but she didn't. Of course. Totally. There's no way. Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about the shadow thing. I keep seeing so many things about that videos were messed with and things were changed, and now I don't even know if I believe that. It was very interesting and would have been incredibly shocking if one of the girls was still alive as he was loading the 2 bodies in, but maybe, it doesn't make sense to me that would be how he would do it.
Maybe that's what Chris Watt's going to explain about the shadows.
Maybe. But then I hear that, there was another camera on the house, potential viruses. PC, oh, this is your computer. Do you usually get that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's my...
I heard that there was footage from the other house on the opposite side, and that her brother may have seen that footage and knows certainly like what happened, and that everybody was deceased before they had gone into the truck. Yeah, of course. Oh, hi, Misty. Thank you for alerting me to this. I mean, I would have found out eventually, but I found it out from you first and gave you some credit, so thank you so much. I don't know about Nicole Kessinger. I really don't. Maybe he's going to divulge something about her, but I doubt it. I still think it's really interesting. She has really been laying low. Nobody seems to know a thing about where she is. You don't hear anything about her, where she went. And she doesn't obviously talk about this at all. They were 3 months behind in their rent on their home. Chris was having affairs. If he left, he knew what would happen next. Child support. Yeah, it was a huge, what he was facing was going to be a freaking nightmare. And everyone says, oh, why did you just get divorced? Because getting divorced is really hard. And plus, what an asshole he would have looked like with his wife having a baby and he's, you know, living with a new girlfriend in some apartment, you know. And oh yeah, he's got to somehow like not be a part of that brand new baby's life. So I'm sure all those things go through his head, and the easiest thing for him in his little tiny mind was to just get rid of everything, and he managed to. She changed her name and identity. Yeah,
got rid of everything.
Totally.
Isn't she?
I don't know if she's in the witness protection program. I'm not sure about that.
We don't know.
They should have got the footage from those tapes too. And yeah, and again, I don't know that he had cameras in his house. That was a whole nother like thing that came up that everybody was talking about. But I feel like if there was cameras in his house, that would have been something we knew about in the beginning. I think they just had a doorbell notification on their phones and maybe some sensors in the house, but I don't think they. Who would kill their family if they knew there was cameras recording it? What is that? Oh, it's a water bottle.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
There's cameras filming, and then
why didn't he get the
you don't realize that there's camera filming.
Yeah, I mean, you have to know that there's cameras in your house.
It also amazes me that he didn't know about the camera at his neighbor's house, filming the whole pickup. You didn't know about that?
You know, I would never think about that. Like when I'm in front of the house, I would never think that there's a camera filming me somewhere. So I don't know that he thought about that.
I think as a neighbor, it's also your responsibility to tell your neighbor, look, dude, I have a camera filming. No, I don't want to protect him for.
I would never think of telling my neighbors if I put a camera.
I would know if there was a camera in the. I would want to know.
I don't
somebody's
think,
watching me and filming
by
me.
the way he was acting when they showed him that footage, I do not think he realized.
Had no idea.
He was like, holy shit. I mean, he was that hole with the hands on the head.
Oh
like
my
he
God.
was like,
how did I not
freaking out? Oh my God. He was ready to get his hands behind his back.
That tape, when she says to him, the only way they could have gotten out is in your pickup.
Yeah,
that's how
they're all Chris. She didn't walk away. She vanished. She left in your truck.
The only way
Tammy said that He's like, I don't know where they are. Seriously, still
they
makes
were
me so
there.
sick to
they
even
were
speak
there.
his name. As a mother of two beautiful kids, I can't imagine my heart. I know. It's like I am desensitized to it. When I think about it too much, I could just start crying. It's just to think about what they experienced, and it's just sick. It's sickening. It is sickening. And like I've thought about so many times before, like when I did my first videos, like you don't know what it's like to kill somebody until that moment that you do it. And how do you even know that you can do it? And then you do it 2 more times. I mean, and these are the wife is one thing. Okay, let's say you hate your wife and that's out of rage, which is not okay, but I'll never understand how he did that to his children. I mean, they were so innocent, and I just don't get how you can do that and put them through that, knowing they're suffering even for a second to something that you're doing to them. Is just to know that he had to do that for several minutes and knows that they were suffering.
That's why I don't understand why it wasn't insanity. It's insane.
Yeah.
You cannot be sane and do that. He's crazy, and he needs to admit that he's crazy. And it should have been his plea. I was temporarily insane.
Temporarily insane, maybe.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
To even think about doing that.
He was high on Nicole Kessinger. That's what it was. He was like high on her.
But
it made
you are not normal in your brain. You can't be. You're sick, and if you're thinking about even doing it.
Yeah.
Wonder how many people right now in the U.S. are thinking about killing their family.
Black Eagle said she's a hoe, not a killer. Nicole Kessinger. Yeah, I mean.
H-O?
Yeah, she's a hoe.
She's a hoe.
I guess. I mean, she couldn't have thought that this would ever happen. I mean, but she clearly, I think, told him that she didn't really, well, she told the police at least she really wanted to have, like, she wasn't sure he was the guy for her because he already had the family thing. And if he knew that, and if she expressed that to him in private, then maybe it was more of an incentive for him to, like, do what he did because he really wanted to be with Nicole. even witnessing someone get shot, killed, or anything is very unsafe. It is like, oh, these videos on YouTube where you can see like, and like someone will show me like in schools when I'm like subbing, there's teenagers that will go, oh, I want to show you this video really quick, and they won't tell me that it's something like that. And you see something horrific like that, it's sickening. It really is. I can't handle that stuff. It makes me sick. And people keep talking about the hole being 8 inches and that how small that is, and how that hole, how that must have like gone down. Like how could he have even? It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all to get them through the hole, and it must have been like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how you could be touching their bodies and squishing them through a hole, knowing what you did. It's that, to me, that is like temporary insanity. You've got to be out of your mind.
But it's, somebody says it's true. Like, it's anybody that kills anybody is insane.
True.
Like, cats don't kill cats. Like, as long as I know.
They don't.
Do they?
They fight.
Dogs,
I don't know if
do dogs kill other dogs?
I don't know if they ever get to the point where they can
fight. Like, you need to get away from here. Like,
well, if humans are teaching them to kill,
humans.
but I don't think they really would do that to kill each other.
Like, wolves will only kill another wolf if like that wolf is really sick or there's something wrong with it. Like, they will get rid of him because he's just not helping the community. He's just being weird.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I guess psychopath, because the no emotion thing is just that, it's so bizarre. Mr. Don, I grew up in the hood in a bad neighborhood and saw a lot of gang violence and things like that. We have that where I live. The kids are not allowed to wear blue or red where they go to school. In my schools, there's a lot of gang violence here. And there's a lot of never forget stickers on the back of cars and kids' names on them. It's really, really sad. I'm in California. I'm near Santa Cruz, California, near Monterey, about an hour south of San Francisco. I live near the ocean. People don't want to believe that he is sick. I know. Or, I mean, some people feel there's a possibility that he's on the spectrum for autism. I don't know. I mean, people have said that people at work have said that he's like, what's the movie with Tom Cruise?
Autistic.
But what's the
Rain Man.
Rain Man. Yeah, that people would call him Rain Man.
They would call him Rain Man before he got
before. Yeah, that he'd always remember things, and he was just like he was like a one-track mind kind of.
Spectrum, autistic spectrum, l'autisme.
No, it's not that warm here. It's it was like in the low 60s today, if that's warm. It's not snowing here, but it snows 3 hours from here.
We're having a super rainy winter. Oh, by the way, San Juan Bautista, the reservoir.
Yeah. Oh, really?
To the rim.
The drought's over.
The drought's over, everybody.
We can take long showers again.
We can shower now.
Totally.
Owen.
It's time to shower again. You
shower.
can twice a day if you want. It's fine.
As long as you want.
As my late mother used to say, Dino says, it's really easy to blame murders like this on someone being crazy, but what would you say that 95% of killers were not insane? Wait, I don't get that. But what would you say that we're not insane? I don't know. I'm not getting that. I blame murders like this on someone being crazy. Oh, and that they're not insane. I'm thinking of Ted Bundy right now when I was reading that. And I'm just thinking about how he came across as totally normal, but just continued murdering constantly. Over 30 women probably. And he didn't look insane at all. And he didn't have any remorse. He was just so normal about it. Reservoirs are on the top here. You can't be criminal act occurs this vicious cycle once you get normal and then remember what you did. Can't be made right once. Yeah, I still don't understand how he did it once and then did it 2 more times. Like I said, you can't, this isn't anything you can practice and then see if you're good at it. You just have to do it in that moment. So you know that, and obviously he had to think about it ahead of time. Some people are just bad people. And that's what he means. Yeah, true.
Do you think he would have killed again if would?
No.
No.
No. He was dealing with just one problem.
But let's say he would have been in a relationship with Nicole, and then they have kids, and then he meets another girl. I think, oh my God, I worked before. Let's do it again.
I'm gonna get rid of Nicole. No, I don't think so. I think this was just a culmination of so many things at one that was just, it was too much for him, and it just, you know, he dealt with something that was, it was just like Scott Peterson. The new baby is incredibly stressful, and that was going to bring a whole new set of circumstances that he didn't want to deal with a new woman in his life. And Scott Peterson did the exact same thing. He didn't want to deal with the new birth, and he wanted to have his new affair. That was
in this
nuts.
case, no. Ted Bundy is the kind of guy that probably had a thrill from the first time.
Yeah, Ted Bundy was he enjoyed the whole process.
Yeah, that's a different case.
That is different. Yeah, I don't think that Scott Peterson or Chris Watts enjoyed killing. I think they just needed to deal with they needed to remove what was really bothering them and get that out of their lives, and then they could have their new life. But no, Ted Bundy definitely had some kind of thrill from doing what he did.
Got his own movie. Documentary?
Who?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Well, yeah, there's going to be a movie with Zac Efron. It's called, I wrote it down, Mr. Excitement or something? I don't know. Somebody tell me. I can't remember the name of it. I keep waiting for it. I was looking at it. I know it's like coming soon. It's, some people are just bad of any race, of course. But I do wonder, like, let's say it was like I don't know, caveman times. Like, would this have been, would people have cared? Well, there wouldn't have been anything called divorce, and there wouldn't have been anything called alimony or child support. So I guess maybe men just did whatever they wanted back then, and they could have whatever woman they wanted, and it didn't really matter.
I think if you were like the alpha male of the tribe, or like you could probably get away with anything. But if you killed people like randomly or just for fun, and the tribe would go against you and get rid of you somehow, for sure. They wouldn't tolerate it for a long time.
Black Eagle again. Twats. Twats. Gave it so much thought to think about it. I definitely think he thought about it. He's having nightmares in jail. It would be better for his conscience for him to admit everything that he did. I wonder about that. Yeah, he's had a whole lot of time to be thinking about it. Like I said, I wonder if he has access to anything on YouTube, or if his dad's letting him know that there's a lot of people talking about this. And,
that's interesting. Does he have internet access?
I doubt it.
They can't have internet? It's impossible. You can't put somebody in a cell and tell them, like, there's no internet. You can't.
Well,
that's entertainment.
He gets a phone call every night to his dad. He gets to call Daddy, have a little chat before he goes to bed. That's almost seems. That almost seems like he has a
computer and he can browse on the internet. No,
I don't think so. He's like, well, I did hear today that maybe he's not completely in solitary confinement now. That now he's actually getting. I don't know if he's getting to see other inmates yet, but that
we want to know how does Chris Watt have internet access, and is he subscribed to the channel? He's probably watching right now. Chris, get back to us. You need to subscribe. Call me. You know my number.
It's nuts. You know, like, everybody has access to this, all these Chris Watts videos, and who knows if his family's watching it or her family or anything. Who knows?
Definitely, because their lives have changed. Or it's either they decide, like, I don't want to hear anything, I'm blocking all this stuff.
Yeah.
Or they're always, like, watching this, wanting to know what people think of their son, brother, sister, whatever.
Nicole, I probably wouldn't be watching it. There's not a lot of, there aren't nice things being said about her at all.
Nicole is under a new name now.
True. We don't know what it is.
She's living somewhere in Siberia.
Chris Watts will get his own film. Hollywood will answer the call of the masses and appease our depravity by pushing the Chris Watts movie. I know, it's really funny. True Crime Loser has got the best, like, setup for that movie. If you watch his videos, he talks about it. It's so funny. And apparently Chris took a stress poop in the sunflowers during all this. He like, I don't know. I think he told the investigators he crapped like over like by the site where he put everybody. So
right.
yeah, he did. He couldn't wait.
You had to.
Yeah.
Like
had to. Yeah, so he was saying like
you said that.
True Crime Loser was saying, yeah, they should just have this shot of like the sunflowers, you know, they're all beautiful with this, you know, and doing their little thing and like pan down to Chris squatting. And yeah. And
Nice.
he's got some other like
That's gonna be in the movie.
I think so.
It's like it's gonna be or in the outtakes.
But really, you know, I don't know how they can deal with showing what he did to the girls in the movie, and really that's the part that none of us, it's really what we all want to know, how it really happened, and as gory as it is and gruesome, we like, if they don't show that, if they kind of like hint to it, it's
If they want this to like be
why do we want to see that, but we do.
they won't be. They can't show this. So like, if they want to make money out of a movie, they have to. They can't show the actual violence.
Will they show? It's not fiction. This is it's nonfiction. So if this was fiction, they just made up this story and like, yeah, then you could show everything. Like make it as gory and graphic as you want. Show them strangling a baby or whatever. But this is a real story about four people that were murdered. But, you know, it's like you have to be really careful about how you approach all of it because it's not fiction. So I don't know how they would go about showing that. They'd have to show it. Yeah, I mean, everybody would want to see. Oh, I know. People think we're sick for saying that.
Who's sick? Us?
I know, yeah. I mean, like, if I said that, like, if some people that, you know, aren't into this, they're just like, oh my God, why would you even talk about that?
We should be on medication.
But if you're, you know, I feel like you have to have a special ticket to come into the Chris Watts bubble. And so you don't bash, because there are just some of us that are just fascinated, and some people aren't, and they don't understand, and they think it's disgusting that we're fascinated, but we are, because he just was so normal, and we don't get how he didn't have any emotion after. We don't get how he just walked through this so calculated and unfeeling, and then how disgusting it was, like what went on after and how he disposed of everybody. So creepy, don't you think?
I think so. Let's say you would, I had this freak thought, let's say you would have to act, you're acting your Chris Watts, like you would have to act as if you just killed your whole family. And you realize in your, like, that you just killed them. Now, how would you just react? Because we saw him reacting to, like, realizing that like everybody knows it's him. He has to, and his reaction was kind of,
he was acting.
He was acting.
It wasn't even genuine at all. Who would play Chris Watts? Capri is asking. Good question. We've talked about this before, but I don't think we've come up with a good actor for that. Who could play Chris Watts? Can't even think of who he looks like.
I'm thinking of George Clooney.
George Clooney's like 30 years older than him.
And there's no way I'm going to do it. I can't. I won't do it. I'm so busy. Can't do it. So whatever you offer me.
Eric Shampoo definitely should be doing it.
My accent, can't do it.
Oh my God. Let's see. I don't know. I can't think of it. I was thinking like Ben Affleck. If he was.
Ben Affleck.
Right on. Why not?
Really?
I don't know. They could make him look like him, maybe. I don't know. Matt Damon came to my mind too. That's funny. See, we were thinking the same wavelength there. Totally.
Kevin Spacey. That's so funny.
Kevin Spacey. Oh yeah.
And Louis C.K. is going to be the neighbor. Kevin Spacey. I like the sarcasm of this channel. I know. I love it.
Jared Leto. He's very versatile. He's so skinny though. I don't think he would work for that. Casey Affleck. Oh yeah, Casey's good. Casey's good. I've never seen Casey with that short of hair. I don't know. I'd have to look through some actors and see who. Oh, wait, you just turned the volume off.
Off.
Oh,
well,
I
had to.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I had to because I was hearing
I got it.
like,
yeah,
feedback.
I got it. You guys can hear us. Okay. Danny DeVito.
Perfect.
Totally. Yeah, perfect.
And we have to find somebody for Shanann. Now that we found who's going to be
I know. I feel like she reminds me of somebody
Shanann.
too. Bradley Cooper with a short haircut. Bradley's
Shanann should be Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels.
It just came up. I'm just sorry.
You just happened to be searching Stormy yesterday. He was. I didn't know who she was until yesterday. Eric's fascinated now.
I'm fascinated by Trump.
Bradley Cooper
and
is a good
and all this stuff.
Bradley
It's
Cooper's
so
a good one.
interesting.
I know. Chris Watts is so
Sandra
ugly.
Bullock,
Well, you
why
think
not?
he's ugly because he killed his family, but he's not. In general, he wasn't ugly. What would be really interesting is to see if he's changed at all. But we don't get to see the video of him. I'm dying to know if he's put on weight or if the hair's grown out or whatever. I'm dying to see if his look has changed. Because he kind of got himself looking the best he probably had ever looked in his life. If you look at any prior pictures, he wasn't a head turner at all. Sandra Bullock could play her. Sandra plays everybody. I think she's a little too old at this point to play Shanann. Shanann was she was early 30s, I believe. Mm-hmm. Hi, Tiffany Cozart.
Tiffany Cozart. Hello.
How are you? Who would play Nicole Kessinger? Oh, who's got... If Demi Moore was younger. Demi Moore. Wouldn't that be good?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock probably wouldn't even take the part. I know, that's true. I think that they'd have to get a lot of people who would not be well known. Because people don't want to be associated with him.
No good actor would want to play Chris Watts, because then your career's over after. It would have to be some unknown guy.
Masked Crusader says Chris Watts' story would be dead in the water if he weren't the all-American quintessential white dad with his all-American. That's true. This story wouldn't be that. I mean, it is true. Family? Yeah,
I think it would be as interesting.
Do you?
But maybe not as interesting, but it would be nationwide news for sure.
I mean, it's totally true that it's
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he kind of looks a little bit like him.
See the guy from The Notebook? He's the guy from The Notebook, right? Please, Demi is way too attractive to play her basic-looking ass. I think Nicole Kessinger is pretty. I just don't like her voice, which people have said I sound like her, but just the way she speaks bugs me, but I don't think she's... I don't know. She's fine. I think people just don't like her because of what she's been involved with. But if you took her out of that situation and just looked at her, she's an attractive person, I think. I do. Mandy Moore with dark hair. Mandy's very versatile also. Why did he do it out of nowhere, right? Well, it wasn't out of nowhere. A lot of things were boiling up for him, and he was coming to a point where he didn't think he can handle life with the direction it was going. He became very selfish and just wanted it all to go away. Oh, Tiffany, you're so sweet. Reach out to me. Oh, yeah, I know. I saw your post today, by the way, Tiffany. That requires some creative dexterity playing Chris Watts. You gotta be a hell of an actor. I know. Well, you just have to dumb yourself down. You know, throw in a lot of like. That's his favorite word. I hope I haven't been saying that a lot. I realize I do that sometimes also. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm being like Chris Watts. I like Nicole. She seems normal-ish. Be careful. People get so mad if you like Nicole Kessinger. I haven't talked about her much because I just find her kind of like, oh, right there I said it. I just find her, I don't think she's involved, and I think she's kind of like boring at this point. I was annoyed by a lot of stuff she said because I didn't feel like she showed enough emotion, and I didn't like the fact that she deleted all that stuff from her phone, but I think that was just because she didn't want anybody to see her nude pics and maybe her dirty talk with Chris.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but
Probably the first thing you would think about, like doing, like erasing everything.
I don't think she's
that
involved.
You have with this guy that killed his whole family. Fuck.
But her reaction was so dry, and that bothered me. I didn't like her fake crying, and it was annoying. I did the same when
I think she has the reaction of somebody that's not involved, because you think, I'm not involved in this. I don't have anything to do. Like, what's my life gonna happen now? What's gonna happen with me? I want to know.
Hi, Emily. Lovely.
Dark chocolate.
We're having dark chocolate with
and
mint. Can I have one? She seemed unapologetic. Yeah, she was very concerned with herself and how all of this was going to affect her.
I think it's like because she doesn't have to do anything. You like, why would I apologize? I have nothing to do with this. Unless I have something to do with it, I'm gonna apologize. I'm so sorry. What happened?
Well, like
I'm part of this. I feel part. She doesn't feel part of anything that happened to the family.
You think of how
and
Amber Fry reacted with the Scott Peterson case. That was how someone should react. She was very like, I'll do. Oh my God.
That blonde girl.
She freaked out. Yeah, she was like, oh my God, I didn't know he was married. I didn't know he had
that's pretty.
a kid on the way.
That's normal.
And she's like, I'll do whatever you need for me to do to help you. You know, get him to confess or whatever. And she worked with the police, and she was completely genuine. That we didn't get that from Nicole at all. It was just like, what's gonna happen with me? Oh my God, are they gonna find out about me now?
I want witness protection.
She definitely was like kind of like, I think, feeling like excited about a little bit of fame that might be coming up, being involved in it. And like she was saying, she talked about her inner circle and like, it's just, come on. And she was saying like, they haven't even found my inner circle yet, the news media, but they're going
they went
to.
Into, like, they interrogated everybody.
It was right before
her.
Everything happened. Like she was right. I mean, everyone was going to figure out who she was, but she was kind of, you can just the way she talked about it and she was sort of excited. I think she was looking forward to the media
fame.
attention, and you know, it did not turn out the way she thought it was going to be. It turned out she's the hated woman.
She's probably the one that knows more about this whole story after Chris, of course. And she could tell, a lot of things. She could help with the movie a lot.
Oh my God, Julie Martin says we are buying a house in Frederick, Colorado, and it's been tough getting over knowing what happened there. Have you gone by the house? I mean, if you're in Frederick, I'm sure you've got to find out where it is.
Getting over knowing what happened here, there.
I would.
Okay.
If I was in Frederick, I would want to go by for sure. I just have.
Do you think it's lowered the value of properties around or in that old town? Is it prices went down because of that, or just on that street, or just the houses?
The house is for sale, I think. Isn't the house for sale? I haven't followed it completely, but I thought it was for sale.
Redecorate, yes.
I could never live in that house. Fucking absolutely no.
The realtor
way.
saying there was just a small murder here.
Yeah.
It's just a small murder.
Small. The most horrific. No, it's not the most horrific. I mean, there's really awful murders that happen probably every day. And this one, just because of the way it happened, and
yeah, the house needs to be torn down to the floor, start over.
Yeah.
I don't even think you can really build on the same. Like, you got to remove
the house
everything.
is going for auction, I say, in April. Highest
that
bidder.
thing needs to be like, that's the value of the land. That's it.
Hi, April. Oh, it went too fast. April M just joined in the chat. Hi, April. Brian C, they need to demolish the house and build a memorial. Yeah, but who's going to live next to the memorial?
Yeah, nobody.
The neighbors are, I'm sure they probably want to move.
I think if you remove the house and the foundation, including like if it's a slab, I don't know if they have basements there in Colorado.
Mary Collingwood, there's not enough sage in the world. You know what the sage is, right? You sage your rooms, all the rooms.
Sage.
Sage, you burn sage, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's not enough sage in the world to make that house like livable.
So it's going to sell at $350,000.
I don't know what the prices of homes
I
are
don't
there.
think it's worth that much because you can't sell it back after you're stuck
The original
with that
value
house.
is $500,000.
That I think it's value of the land. That's it.
What do I know for sure says the house was auctioned off. But I thought they were just saying it's going to happen in April. We still got another month. Choo-choo. Spacious galore.
So
Yeah, it was a big house. Beautiful park, maybe. Oh, God. Anything. It's so sad. I don't know.
maybe some people just want to buy it for like the thrill of owning that house, just for the thrill of it. And you have like you can own it for a little while before you demolish it and have people visit for $20.
Delilah, my boyfriend was murdered in my front yard and none of my neighbors moved in. In fact, they tried to chase me out of town. Oh my God.
Of course.
Jesus. What, where is that, Delilah? Where do you live? Where'd that happen? It's so sad.
Minnesota? Is she from Minnesota? I feel it's it.
I thought she said,
House
well,
was
she used to
spotless,
live in California.
tip-top condition. Of course.
But she had nothing to do with it. Yeah, and it's like you're still like connected to it though, even though you didn't have anything to do with it.
Shanann ran a tight ship.
She did.
Missouri, okay, yeah.
She did.
I was born in California. Hollywood, California.
Missouri.
Whoops.
She must have been a slave driver. The house was built in 2012, and in my opinion, that's fairly new, so I don't see anyone remodeling it. It will be interesting to see what it sells for. That was Crime Queen. Yeah. Yeah, definitely be interesting to see what they sell it for. Sorry, we're eating chocolate. We had pizza tonight, red wine, and I'm gonna admit it, I had one Vicodin because I'm having an MRI tomorrow on my I did something snowboarding 2 weeks ago. I'm having pain radiating down my arm right now as we speak, but I'm trying to ignore it while I talk to you guys. But yeah, I think I have a herniated disc. I've been in a lot of pain for the last 2 weeks. So
Pizza night.
anyways,
We're having pizza. We had pizza. We're
pizza,
having,
chocolate, and a glass of wine.
grapefruit juice. Grape juice. Raisins and chocolate.
And chocolate. Yeah, Friday night is a good night to have pizza. We don't normally eat pizza. We typically eat really healthy and don't eat really like much bread. But it felt good tonight to eat. Pizza is like sex. It's good even when it's bad. True. It's never bad.
Sex is like pizza?
He said it's good
Yeah.
even when it's bad.
It's good when it's bad.
It's never bad.
True.
Could she have brought this on herself? Shanann? I mean, it's like I feel like he hit a boiling point maybe with her too, like, and the baby being part of it for sure. The baby is a big part of the equation. That adds so much stress to what was already happening in this whole situation. Say there was no baby coming, maybe he wouldn't have done it. I do think that added a lot more to the whole equation and why he snapped and did what he did.
I don't think he wanted her anymore. He had a girlfriend. Just he didn't care about Shanann anymore.
No, he was
So
done with that.
it was not about she refusing him. It was about him not wanting her anymore. He wanted to get rid of her.
I know. Someone said, Brian C says, I would never kill anyone, but Shanann's addiction to Facebook would have drove me bonkers. Well, I know there was somebody saying that worked with Chris that he had been friends with Shanann and, you know, just being like a nice, because Chris had pushed a lot of people. Yeah, and he said he finally had to like turn it off because he said it's like every time he turned on his Facebook, she was doing a live and it was like, Christ, it was just too much. But Chris was really pushing it because he was pushing all the Thrive stuff. She was on his live. And yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I put it in one of my videos. There's a part where she leaves him alone for a second in front of the camera and it's live. I don't even think anybody was on there, but they're going to watch it later. And he's talking about these Thrive, I don't know, balls. I don't know what they were. What were they called? Anyways, and he's like saying how peanut butter balls or something, I don't know, and how delicious they are. And he just looks like a puppet. Like he doesn't even know what to say. And it's so embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him, watching him. It's so awkward. Albert Jacobs, I love you, Jen. So glad to see you guys again. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Why didn't he just leave? Because it's not easy to leave. He still had a wife and 3 kids and a brand new baby on the way. And what an ass he would look like. not being a part of that. So there was too much with money involved, and
you forgot he killed four people.
4. No,
He killed 4.
mm-hmm. He did. Marriage is scary, I believe in it, but just to think about someone you live with wanting to take your life, that is really scary. I know a lot of people have said after this that they're looking at their husbands with their side eye, like, you know, it's scary. Yeah, people are so tied in when they're married financially, and you know, Shanann's voice wasn't going to go away if he just split up from her. He was going to have to hear from her all the time. Divorce doesn't mean that that person is out of your life. That person she is still totally in his life because they have kids together. So there's no getting rid of her, really.
Yeah.
As long as you have kids together, you're still tied together. And especially with a brand new baby. I mean, how is that going to work out?
Yeah, not getting rid of the person, even adding more people to the equation, because you're going to have a girlfriend and she's going to have a boyfriend, and so it's going to get...
And the girlfriend's going to have to, guess what? Have time with Shanann's kids and the new baby. She's going to have to hold the new baby. That's not hers.
Shanann's not going to want that.
Shanann doesn't want that.
No.
Chris doesn't even want that. Too many things that he didn't want to deal with. I think NK and her friend Jim have more to do with this than we know. I don't think so. I think people want to believe that there's more. I don't know. I really don't. Why would Jim be in town suddenly? Was he in town suddenly? I don't know. Like, if there really was, I think the police would have picked up on some of that stuff.
Who's Jim?
Jim is...
I don't know Jim.
Oh, Jim is Nicole Kessinger's friend.
Oh.
And... like he's in like there's text messages that she's telling Chris that I don't know that he was there. It was a friend of hers.
Nobody talked about the...
Was Jim gay?
Chris Watts' gay lover. Nobody talks about him.
Nobody's talking about the gay lover anymore. Whatever. Some people believe it, some people don't. I have some believers on my video, and I have some that think it's absolutely insane.
Who believes that Chris Watts had an homosexual affair with that guy? You do?
I do. Why not? I don't think it's that out of the ordinary. I don't think it's like that I don't think it's that crazy that could have happened. But
Chris
people
was just curious. He wanted to try with somebody. Found that guy. How do you find him? On Tinder or...
Tinder. That's what he says. It's possible it's not true too, but
yeah,
I don't think it's that crazy that it couldn't be true. I really don't.
He even paid for his liposuction.
Oh, his not liposuction. His lip injections.
Yeah.
Please try to understand how could he murder them. I don't know. I don't know, Gail. He could have walked away for...
Okay, that guy was a phony.
...a while rather than snap and kill. Of course he could have. It's what most normal people do. But most normal people that go through divorce and have to share kids and stuff, they also know how hard that is. It is very, very hard. My divorce was one of the hardest things I'd ever gone through. And it wasn't because I wanted to be married to my ex-husband. It's because I didn't want to be married to him anymore. And I had to do things as a result that it was some of the hardest stuff I've ever had to do. I've had to hand over my 1-year-old son to a man who I didn't think could take care of children alone. And the court said I had to do that. I had to hand my children over for so many hours or overnight when I did not think that they were going to be okay and alone with my ex-husband for a few reasons. And it's some of the worst stuff I've ever had to go through. And so, yeah, there's not that I would have killed him, but it's not easy. Divorce is not easy. It's really awful. And when you have kids involved, it's some of the worst stuff you'd have to go through. It really is. It's the worst. Yeah, I talk about having AIDS and how hard that was. For sure, that was really hard. That was a short period of time. But what I had to go through with my kids and my divorce was 1,000 times worse. It's the worst, and I don't talk about it. I could do 1,000 videos on like what I went through and going through the courts and lawyers and all of that stuff, and having the police here. It was awful, and so, but I don't talk about it because I have 3 kids that, you know, love their dad, and it's been a long time. It's been 10 years, and things have gotten better, and, you know, I don't want to run him through the mud or anything. He's a good dad, and he's come a long way, but it was a really hard time. So, anyways, that's just kind of my 2 cents on divorce and kids, and I just know, like, it can be a very difficult path.
Ramiro.
Yeah.
You don't have HIV, Ramiro.
Oh, don't you know that? It's like,
No.
my boyfriend supports me and I'll get my test in 2 weeks. I pinched my finger with an infected needle at work. Oh yeah, that's like that. I don't even know that that's ever even happened, that anybody's ever been infected by a needle prick. They always test just for precaution's sake, but it's not anything that's like common at all. Custody battle, it drained the hell out of me. Sure. It's really, really, really hard. It's very experienced. Mine is similar 10 years ago. Yours is 10 years ago also, yeah. Thank God kids get older, and all the things that seemed so hard 10 years ago when they were younger, I don't have to deal with anymore. Thank God. They all have voices, they have phones, you know, like back then my kids were 1, 4, and 7 when I went through my divorce. And the court said I had to give my kids to him for a certain amount of time because I didn't have enough proof of certain things, and I had to hand them over, and it scared the living shit out of me, and it was some of the hardest stuff I've been through, yeah. But relationships can be nightmares, even worse than physical ailment, yeah. Thank you, Gail. You're not my mom's friend, Gail, are you?
Yeah, Brian, we know about this prep thing. We know about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Brian, I know about prep.
Sorry,
but I'm undetectable.
Why are taxpayers stuck paying for NK to be hidden? Oh.
Taxpayers are paying for NK's relocation, or like
are we? So she is program? Witness protection. I don't know. Why are we? How did they allow that? Who agrees to that? Who says yes? You qualify.
If somebody threatens the life of a witness, then yeah, that might be a witness.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Is she on it? We don't know.
Do we know?
Should we know? We shouldn't be knowing this.
I don't know.
No.
No, just a message. Gail's message was retracted or retired. I missed that you have.
That person
I'm sorry,
typed something and then didn't.
Oh, Brian. What did you miss, Brian?
Oh wait, I missed that you have. I'm sorry, I just heard the word and commented.
Oh, he missed that we knew about Truvada, I guess. We're not Truvada users. It's just I just know about it, of course. I'm interested to see if he brings up Nicole. I know. Well, you know, he was obsessed with Nicole. And I think it's very interesting. No one talks about this, that he went from this intense relationship with her to nothing, no closure. You're in an orange jumpsuit with orange booties, and you're in a cell now. And that life that you just had, it's gone. That's it. There's no even talking to her. It's over. Like, he didn't even get to talk to her. Not that anybody, you know, feels sorry for him that he didn't get to talk to her, but I do wonder, like, how that went in his head, because that was it. He never got the chance to talk. Well, there were some long conversations on that Monday that the police were at his home. There was long conversations that looked like on his phone. Maybe I thought one of them was like an hour with Nicole. So who knows what was talked about during that conversation? I don't know. What are you highlighting?
Again, did you, like we told you? I don't think you have HIV, but if you want to keep on asking questions, if you will test positive eventually. I don't know. I don't think so.
No, doubt it.
So Addison's the one that got
Wait, go back up.
Stung by a needle or something?
Oh, a needle prick. Yeah.
Oh, that's Ramiro.
Oh, that's Ramiro. Maybe it was somebody else.
No.
That isn't something that really happens. But people test.
In order to get HIV, you have to have multiple, and like your skin or there's blood to blood contact with HIV positive person that is not medicated. That is not.
He's so smart.
I'm smart.
You should go to a conference and talk.
I will do my own conferences. I don't need her anymore. I'm
He's
freelancing.
so highly educated. He knows that.
Freelancing now.
If you're not medicated and you're detectable, it's more like 2,000 copies. That's when it can happen. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't even mean it's going to happen. It's still things have to be. There has to be a tear and all those things.
Addison, you should go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Buy the lottery ticket that you have a
forget
better
about
chance.
HIV.
Yeah. People are being too hard on Nicole. She didn't kill anyone. That's what I think. Being a mistress is bad, but it's not the worst thing. True. I fully agree with that. And I don't think she's a hoe. I don't know. I mean, she liked a married man. So that's like not... A lot of women like married men and men that have children. That's not out of the ordinary at all. Possible high risk. Wait. I don't want to read about. I'm trying to.
So we have
for everyone,
Addison,
including their grandparents.
No, that's not
my brother
me.
died 10 years ago. My parents had problems seeing my niece and nephew for a long time. True. Everything okay, but it was hard. It's so true. I mean, I've had a strained relationship with my ex-husband's family, even while we were married, and now there's certain family members that absolutely hate me, and they probably are the ones who dislike my videos as soon as they come up, because I get typically 3 to 4 dislikes as soon as I put up a video, and then you can look at my videos and then I don't get any more dislikes after that. So it's probably them. I have a couple haters out there for sure, and there's a few in his family, and yeah, it doesn't go away. Here it is 10 years later, and there's still, there's this hate towards, and I mean, it's kind of crazy that they hate me. Like, I don't even know what I did, but whatever. But yeah, there's people take sides with their family, and it causes a lot of problems. And all of that has caused problems for my kids with those family members. So there's strain. Now there's cousins that don't talk to each other. My kids have cousins their age that don't talk because of, my ex's family who doesn't like me, and so it trickles down, and then there's kids that don't even see each other. It's really sad. I mean, all of that could still happen in families that are intact, and people just don't like each other. So it just, but divorce just makes it even worse.
So Addison, so what happened? Why do you think you got?
I had a possible high risk, someone whose status was unknown.
So yeah.
Addison, I think, is a girl, I'm assuming, and then if it was high risk, if it just means condomless sex with a man, that's not high risk. The man would have to have been a man who was bisexual or a drug user that used needles. That would be a high risk male. But if it's just somebody that you had sex with that you didn't have a condom, that's not high risk. Chris Watt's parents seem like those parents. Wait, go down. Where's that? Where's that
down.
comment?
We're
Oh,
down.
sorry.
What should I do?
Where did I see that?
Okay, sometimes I'm getting old. My eyes don't focus right, especially in the evening when
You're getting old.
I'm getting old.
Oh, he's not old. So cute.
I'm only 15.
You're only 15.
So I'm not the needle. Yeah, we know that. Well, we want to know what happened. Like, why do you think you have it? Why do you think?
Oh, Gail Howard says, "What should I do now? My ex is still in the closet."
Gail, okay, your ex is
still in the closet.
Are you HIV positive? No. You didn't get it from him?
I hope not. But that's how it really happens for a lot of women.
He's your ex. He can do whatever he wants now.
Yeah. And I keep saying about HIV and Chris Watts, and I'm telling you, my channel is going to merge. You watch. Chris Watts in jail HIV is very prevalent.
Chris Watts will get HIV in prison.
You watch. I mean, not that we would ever know it, because clearly we're not going to find out his medical information.
I don't think Chris Watts will have any contact in prison, because
you don't think he eventually will?
No, he's not going to get with the other guys.
Does Scott Peterson have contact with the general population in San
Quite
Quentin?
impossible. Anybody that kills kids in prison should not be with the general community, for sure. So
yeah, I don't know.
Addison, I love you guys. We love you. If strep, strep could be a symptom, but.
Where'd you see strep? Oh, just wanted to know if strep is a symptom. No, not at all. Strep is a bacterial infection.
In your throat.
And HIV is a virus. The V stands for virus. Human immuno. Can't remember the rest of it. What is it? Virus. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. There you go. Yeah. So strep is bacterial, and it's treated with antibiotics.
A symptom would be like a rash or.
But that doesn't even mean it. You can have a rash from like changing the detergent that you wash your clothes in. So it's like so many different things can look like HIV that are not. HIV symptoms are very general kind of symptoms. So that's why a lot of people miss it.
The more you think you have it, the more you think you have symptoms for it.
I don't. So do they have condoms in prison? I would sure hope that they would have them very readily available, because that, there's a lot of sex in prison, of course. Yeah, there should be condoms easily available, I'm sure. And to kill Chris Watson, I
wonder what brand they use.
I know. Lockdown 23-1. Josh says that somebody definitely is going to try to kill him, and it's like a trophy kill. If you're already somebody who's going to spend your life in jail, why not? Why not be the guy who goes down who had killed him? Although I don't know who killed.
It's interesting that general population doesn't want Chris Watts to die in prison. We want him to suffer his old sentence.
I don't want to.
If he dies, he's got a way out of it.
I don't want anybody to die. I don't know. I
don't either. I don't care about Chris Watts. Chris Watts does not pose a threat to me.
Right.
I don't care what happens to Chris Watts, but people do care that he should suffer forever in hell. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who think that.
Mr. Don, I just wanted to read that really quick. A lot of men commit suicide after divorce. It's one of those things that gets ignored. I can see that for sure. I think men especially have a really hard time. They have to provide financially. They don't get to see their kids.
Are like victims of the whole thing.
It's very sad.
Guys
Both sides.
Like the woman just decides like, you're a loser. I don't want you anymore. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, if you feel like you're a victim, you don't go out, you don't get a girlfriend, you're just like put aside from your old family. It's like your old family takes you out of the equation because of all the reasons. In this situation, I feel like a lot of guys would just end up their lives for sure.
That's really sad. Chris Watts is going to be killed in jail. They're supposed to,
They have to protect him because the population
doesn't want him to die. I think most people want him to. That's his sentence. He's got to go through it. There's no way out.
Even if he
can't even kill himself.
Even if he divulged every detail that satisfied all of us, I still wouldn't want him to die. I don't feel like it's. I don't know. I don't like the death penalty. It bothers me.
He didn't want the death penalty. That's why he pleaded guilty.
Right.
And he pleaded guilty because he knew if he pleads guilty, he's not going to get the death penalty. That was the deal.
Right. But he never really admitted to killing the girls. He just said.
Let's say he would have gone to court and the whole thing. He was risking the death penalty. Is that possible?
If he drug everybody through a court here, the whole thing, was he risking the death penalty? Was he risking going? Yeah, for sure. He probably would have had the death penalty. But they say in Colorado, it would have never happened.
But no chance of ever coming out if you have the death penalty. But in this case, there's this one little slight chance that with like years and years and years of perfect condition. No? You don't think so?
No, I don't think he would have ever been killed. I mean, he wouldn't have ever been put to death.
Never walk in the streets again.
He'll never.
Is that ever possible?
No, never ever.
60 years from now, you hear about Chris
Watts. He has
like
four life sentences.
So
yeah,
there's no way.
I mean, I don't know if it's 4, but he's never gonna be out. Yeah. Yeah, never ever. Oh my God, I've got this pain down my arm. It hurts so bad. I wish it would stop. And I'm not having a heart attack. It's my right arm, and it's all related to my neck. It really hurts. What are you reading?
I feel like
PC says hello from Quebec. Finally caught you both live. Laugh out loud. Hope all is well. Hi PC from Quebec.
Hello.
He'll be there tomorrow. God, you're gonna
back
be
in
back
town
in Canada
tomorrow. Lock up your daughters. Coming back to town. What's that song?
Oh no, what are you talking about?
AC/DC.
Oh, is it an AC/DC song? We're back up at the top again. Go down a little bit.
Strep is a symptom.
We already talked about that. No.
Just wanted to know if strep is a symptom. Again, okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you. My boyfriend is 67.
Aw.
Delia.
I bet he's still really cute. Isn't it funny, as you age, you like, I always think, would I be like attracted to Eric if I was 20? I think I would. You're still really, really cute.
At 50.
At 50, I think I'd still be, yeah. You're so my type, it's crazy.
You talking to me?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, yeah. I've taken videos of him at the grocery store and said, yeah, for sure. I would totally be checking you out if I didn't know you.
We will have a momentary pause from this video. 15-minute break.
Hi, my first thoughts that the police found a match for his DNA to that other murder all those years ago when Chris was living with his parents before Shanann. I don't know. That sounds pretty crazy. I don't know. I can't believe that the guy murdered before. If we find that out, then I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to lay down for a while. That'd be just nuts. Should list where they're from. This live chat thing is pretty cool, and I'm curious. Hi, Julie Martin. Delia's like, I have a question. What's your question?
Vancouver.
Kids home, money, etc. stripped away from them. Mr. Don, they do. I agree with you. I definitely do. My ex-husband has lived with his parents for the last 6 years, but I don't want to get into all of it. But I don't think anybody watching this video is going to be his family or my kids or anything. But I haven't had any support in almost 2. So I do this on my own. He isn't able to work, so it's not easy, for sure.
What's the question? Do you think I annoyed my boyfriend? How so?
I don't know. We don't know what happened.
No.
I'm with you, Jennifer. I don't want anyone to die or suffer. I know. I don't. I'm just not for the death penalty. I think it's better to hope people change and have genuine remorse for their wrongdoings. Yeah, like the Ted Bundy. I watched that recently on Netflix. And when he was being put to death, there were people outside cheering, it was gross. They had signs and they were cheering and happy and excited, he'd finally been killed. And I was it was this big mob mentality. I don't know, it really bothered me. It was just disgusting. And then he was put in a hearse, in a white hearse, and driven through the crowd. And people were cheering that he's finally gone. And I thought, I don't know. The whole thing made me sick. I just don't. They electrocuted him. They did. They electrocuted him. Yeah, they shaved his head and that whole thing. And they cut. The whole process is just, it's gory. It's just so gross. It doesn't make the murders that he did change. It doesn't change anything. I don't know. But, and then did his suffering in those moments make up for what he did to all those women?
No.
No.
So
I don't know. It just
there's
gross.
no way to pay back.
It's pretty
There's
freaky
no
to know
way
that
you're gonna
there's
bring anything back. It's just suffering for everybody.
And it's freaky to know that your government can do that. Like, they can take you and nothing can be done about it. You are going to die. What a scary... I mean, that's what they wanted him to feel, but what an awful, scary feeling to know that you know that you're going to be put to death at this time on this day. That's mentally... That's freaky. I mean, I'm sure...
What I find interesting in being in prison all this time is that you cannot take your own life. You can't. There's no option for you. Like I said,
sometimes they can. They find ways.
They find ways.
Oh yeah, like
belts and.
Oh yeah, they hide things and they gather things, and after a while they're able to make different things that they could do things to themselves or hurt other people. They are very creative.
Yes.
There's many things that they can bring into their cells and start making weapons and ways to do it. Yeah, you can murder a bunch of people, so let us kill him. How does that make us better? Right, exactly. Make him live his life in jail and make him think about it for the rest of his life. Exactly. That's what I think. And plus, who knows what might come out of him years from now, or what we might learn from him and what he did. If we get rid of him, which obviously is not going to happen, we can't learn from him and what he did. And maybe it'll stop somebody else in the future from doing what he did. Who knows? Or someone else will say, you know, Chris Watts announces, you know, this is how he feels inside, and someone else goes, shit, I feel like that too. And maybe I should check myself. I don't know.
Do you know if you are more vulnerable to cancer if you are HIV positive?
If the HIV is not controlled, for sure. Like if I had out of control HIV, I was detectable and I wasn't taking medication, yeah, then I'm at risk for Kaposi sarcoma. Those are those dark spots that, if you've seen AIDS victims with that all over them. In fact, they checked me for that, and I was negative for it. I didn't have that, but that's a curable cancer too. But if you're not, you know, on treatment, it can kill you. But yeah, I don't, as far as I know, I don't think I'm like at risk for any other kind of cancers or at high risk or anything. Eric's writing a comment. Thank you, Matthew. He says you guys are awesome. I'm gonna do this super chat next time.
There's 2 Brian C's.
Oh, there's 2 Brian C's. No way.
Yeah.
Right.
There's Brian C and there's Brian C.
They both have the same picture.
Yes.
Oh, one is a gray picture and one has a red picture. How funny. Neither of them have a picture. Nobody has a picture. Everyone's just anonymous. Like a G. Gail has just a G. Miss Dog Lover. I know, I've seen that name before. Jen, I know it's not the same, but I have to inject 3 times a week for multiple sclerosis. Yeah, that's, I had a friend who was diagnosed with MS. And I'm sure, I mean, right? Everybody has something that, honestly, Gail, what you have is worse, I have to say. Probably. You probably have side effects. You probably have issues with multiple sclerosis. I knew somebody that had that. And she used to talk about it on Facebook all the time, all the things that she was going through with it all the time. I feel nothing with this. So I do think your condition is probably harder, for sure. What did I just do to my hair? Recap what Watts has said. We don't know what Watts has said yet. We will. Oh boy, we will definitely be talking about it as soon as we get it. Well, Eric won't be here. It'll be a Thursday that I get the information, and I will go live on Thursday and talk about it for sure. I can't wait to talk about it.
Brian C was hacked. So
undetectable.
So may the somebody says may the real Brian C like stand up. We want to know.
Hi Jen, boyfriend, keep loving your girlfriend. He does. He loves me a lot. I'm doing okay though, Jen, Miss Dog Lover. Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, the person that I knew was having a lot of issues, even though she was taking her medication. A lot. And it was, isn't that what, oh, there was the actress that, I just put it on my Facebook. Who's the actress that just recently came out and disclosed her diagnosis? God, I can't think of her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. If you know, put right on there. I can't remember. She just came out, and she has that issue with her speech. She's got like it's like paralyzed speech, and she can't speak very well right now. And it's really something to hear her talk and be public about it.
So for Bachelors of Throwing Degree 2013?
I know that.
No,
I know that
Chris
person.
Watts is running free right now.
Has he been sentenced? No,
he's
coming
free.
over tonight. No.
Yeah, there's still some pizza for him.
Where have you been? Yeah, he's in jail. He's been in jail since August. But he was sentenced in November, and he's been sentenced to like multiple life sentences. Yes, he's sentenced. We don't mean to make fun of you. We're just completely obsessed with this, so we know a lot about it. Actually, today I was in my office at the high school, and the girl that I work with, Kate, I said, okay, you know the guy in Colorado that killed his family? She doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel. It's so funny. I've worked with her for 5 weeks, and she has no idea that I have HIV, that I have a YouTube channel, or that I talk about Chris Watts. I just haven't said anything to her yet. But anyways, I asked her about Chris Watts. She had no idea who I was talking about. And I said, you don't know about the guy who killed his wife and kids? And she's like, no, what happened? I'm like, some people just don't know anything about it. I can't believe it. I feel like everybody knows. Bachelor of Trolling. I hope you know we were just joking.
Well,
with you.
that name is so very.
I never forget it. I feel like you've been around for a while. No, he's always been. I think it's a he, and I feel like he's been around for a while because I remember seeing it, and I thought that maybe you were a troll and you didn't turn out to be one. So like I was like, I've always remembered.
If you're gonna have that name, you cannot be a troll.
Right? He's not.
He's not.
He's not. No.
Yeah.
So and I remember being concerned, like maybe this is a troll, and you were actually like nice. I'm a dude indeed. Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to put your own picture on your avatar.
TP has one. TP is the one in Quebec.
We will only answer people that have their picture from now on. This is a new rule of this channel.
That's the new rule. Well, that's slim pickings then, because there's only about 2 people that have pictures.
Or if you put your own name, like Brian, we will answer both. Both of you.
Brian said he used to freak out about catching HIV. Everybody, it's surprising. If you're a straight male and you were worried about getting HIV, that's very shocking to me. But if you're a gay male, then of course. Mary Collinswood, she would trip when she sees your channel. She will trip when she sees your channel. It's really funny because this happened today in class. Okay, so all my kids are playing kickball today. I have freshmen, and they were all playing kickball. And there was a group of 4 kids. Who knows? They're probably gonna end up watching this. And there was a group of 4 kids who were like having like a little social discussion out there between second and third base. And I'm yelling at them, going, "You guys, you need to participate, or I'm not giving you points for today." And so they came back. There was 3 outs, and they came back to where the dugout was, and they were all kind of still standing there, but they were griping about the fact that they were involved, and they said, but other people were doing the same thing, and that they were paying attention, but at that moment the ball wasn't being kicked or whatever. They all had their reasons for what they were doing, but what I saw was just a social circle and that they weren't paying attention. And so I walked away for a second, and when I walked back, I thought I heard still like kind of snippy talk behind me, and I was like, they're talking about me. And I said, you guys, I can hear what you're saying, although I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I assumed it was about me. I said, I'm right here. I can hear what you're saying. I know you guys are still complaining about it. And they were like, no, we weren't. We weren't talking about that. We were, and then they kind of like for a second like started. It was like they were trying to come up with something else they were talking about. And one of them goes, "We were talking about your channel." And they've never said a word to me about the fact that I have a channel. Nobody in the class. And I was like, oh, like, well, what were you saying about my channel? I was like, because I just hit 28,000 subscribers today, and I'm a little like shocked by it. And I don't know if they were talking about, who knows what they were talking about, honestly, but I didn't know they knew about it. So it's funny. And then somebody else said, yeah, like somebody else goes, yeah, like everybody knows about your channel. And I'm like, you guys never say a word to me about it. I've like been your teacher for 5 weeks now, and nobody brings it up. It's really interesting. Nobody talks about it.
It's like
I see like Andrew at the skate park. He's a super good skater. Like, how many subscribers on YouTube or Instagram?
Like almost 4,000.
I don't talk to him. Like I just cross him and I just act like I don't know him.
But you follow his Instagram. You like all his videos. But we don't talk.
No.
There's no talking. No. We know, it's funny, we all follow each other's lives, but
we don't. When we see each other in the street, we don't even look at each other. It's interesting.
Oh, no, but his little brother's in my class, Ivan, and I do talk to Ivan. And I tell Ivan when I see a new skate video that I like, I say, I saw your video. It was good.
It was good.
But that's about it. We don't really talk about it. Could have been better. Yeah.
I think that trick was a
lot of guys
sloppy.
Stuck up because of my... Wait, okay, we'll go back to that. But I just had to tell you that story. I thought that was funny.
Somebody says that we're an amazing couple. I think that's Brian.
Well,
you two are like the best couple.
We are. We should have our own talk show, the Jennifer and Eric show.
Jen and Eric.
I wish you had. I am a really chill. You know what I told them today? I told everybody in the dugout. I said we're playing kickball, and I said no bunting. I said, don't be a bunch of freaking pussies. No bunting. And they all went, and they all started laughing. And I said, you know what? I have a week left. I'm going to say whatever I want. So deal with it. I have fun with them. I don't care. As long as I don't say anything too bad, they won't tell on me. But we're all the way up at this like field, way the hell up there. So I was kind of yelling. It was funny.
I wish I had you as a sub in HS. You
High
are
school.
very chill.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
She is chill.
I am. I told somebody. I know.
The best sub in America.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say on Earth. Brian C.
I have fun with them. I really do. It's fun.
Well, Brian C. is now like part of this channel. Brian, tell us more about you, Brian. We want to know.
Brian C. Oh, is Brian C. talking to Brian C?
Brian C.
I went to school with a Brian Coddington. Is it Brian from high school? Oh no, he's only 40. I'm 48.
Yeah, you.
Brian C. has been hacked.
There's a gay Brian C.
School's got rid of dodgeball. Oh, did I say dodgeball? No, it was kickball. It's like, you know, the baseball version, but with a big ball. You kick it instead of hitting it with a bat. We're in a softball unit, and really, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle it with these kids because they had a hard time today with playing kickball, and they're all 14, 15-year-olds.
Brian C. from Massachusetts.
Hi, Jen and Eric. Have you ever come across anyone with HIV type 2? No, I think that's in Africa. And
that would be like Africa, yes. Uganda.
Look at how smart he is. He knows all this. Yeah, those are... Well, I have a lot of people that I know from Africa that have HIV, but we never talk about our types. I don't know. I don't know why. I never say I'm type 1 and they say I'm type 2. We just all say we have HIV.
If that be kind of true that there's two types of HIV, someone could have the two types.
True.
Or can someone...
You can get another type, yeah. That would probably...
You can.
I think so.
You could have two types of HIV in your body.
I would say, yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And then you might have to have two kinds of medication.
You would have to be like
some kind of cocktail. I did say, because we played dodgeball yesterday. Yeah, we played dodgeball yesterday. It was, you know, anything below, don't hit above the neck, obviously.
To me, I don't even know what is dodgeball.
It's like all the kids line up. I showed it on my Instagram.
I saw that, but I don't understand the game.
All the kids line up on this end. The balls are all lined up in the middle, and you try to run, grab a ball, and then if you throw it and you hit somebody, they're out. You're trying to hit all the players on the other team.
Okay.
It's really fun. Kids love it. Kickball is so much fun.
We used to play a game like this, but the ball was not in a center. You didn't have to run for it. It was just throwing the ball from one side to another until, like, if you grab the ball, you throw it on the other side, you catch it.
Yes.
But if you drop it, you're out.
Right, exactly.
But there's no line in the middle.
Well, you can't cross the line. What'd you call it in French?
Ballon chasseur, like ballon, like chasing ball or... hunting ball.
Say more things in French.
Hunting ball. Say more French. Creme brulee. I have this very funny name for I think. For me, this is...
What is he getting?
This wine. That was so funny.
What's it called?
It's called Petite Maison. But that's just bad French.
It is?
Yes. We don't say Petite Maison.
What do you say?
We don't say that. Because it's a house is feminine, so you would say petite with an E.
Okay.
So the person that branded that wine is either
French.
like willingly like making a joke or doesn't know anything about French.
Oh, interesting. So that's
just
the
bad
masculine.
French. Petit maison. It's like I would say, no problemo. Like it's like the same thing.
Bad French, bad wine.
Bad wine. It was really bad.
It went along with it.
Like we look like people that drink now.
Right. I had one. I didn't even have a whole glass of wine. I haven't even finished it yet. In like an hour, and we've been on this for, of course, we always go way longer than an hour.
So Brian, we need a new name for this Petit Maison wine. So you're the guy.
Yeah.
Je parle français un peu.
If you can dodge
Brian.
a ball, you can dodge a wrench.
Ferme la fenêtre.
Dodgeball. And you'll learn that movie, Eric. Yeah, Dodgeball that's a totally like funny movie, right? It's who was in that? It's not like Will Ferrell or something.
Will Ferrell, I love him.
He's in all those movies.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure that he was in that, but or was it the guy from Napoleon Dynamite?
So Brian wants us to name the wine. Okay.
Okay.
Good idea.
Name it what?
The wine.
What would you name it?
Okay.
Oh. The Monterey Peninsula, Brian, or the other. Who's in the Monterey? I live in the Monterey Peninsula. What are you guys talking about?
All right.
They're having their own conversation. I don't know.
We even forgot what we were talking about. Brian C is just like.
The Bryans are talking, or that is the same person, just talking to themselves.
I think
so.
Sure. I really think there's two different, because the logos are different.
Well, they are, but maybe somebody has two different computers.
Oh yeah, the guy's got two computers working like.
Just to go on to my live, so they can talk to themselves.
And you know what? I think the thumbs down.
It's Brian C.
It's Brian C.
It is. I'm not kidding. Every time I upload a video, within 30 minutes, I've got dislike, dislike, dislike. Now that video has, I don't know, one of them has like 2,000 views. There hasn't been a dislike since that first half hour. Interesting, huh? So there's 3 people at least who subscribe to my channel so that they'll get a notification as soon as they get it, they dislike the video. And I just think that's just bad karma on their end. That's just shitty. Because if it was really a bad video, here it is a week later, I haven't had one dislike since then. I don't know.
So Brian C says that he's gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yep.
It's okay.
Use condoms or use PrEP.
Or PrEP.
Or make sure your partner is undetectable. Yeah. That's awesome, guys. It makes the world feel so less lonely. What does? Hi, Montserrat. She's new here. We've been talking about Chris Watts a lot and HIV a little bit. And not necessarily Chris Watts having HIV, but maybe.
Chris Watts should be on PrEP.
Chris Watts should be on PrEP, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm glad we got it.
Especially if he gets into general population.
Kind of
There we go. That's a good solution for him. Brown logo.
Does Brian C. Should be on PrEP also.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, go up. What's new with Chris Watts? Lexi, what's new with Chris Watts is that he spoke with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation again. We don't know if he called this meeting or if they called the meeting. He spoke with Tammy and Graham Coder, who are the 2 people that he originally spoke to when he was being interrogated. And it's all been recorded via audio recording, and it's been written out in text form, and that information will be released to the public March 7th. We don't know what he said or why this meeting happened or what he wants to reveal, but we all, for those that are, vested in this case, we all can't wait to find out what he wants us to know. It's kind of, I feel like he's like Manson and we're all like his little followers. Seriously. Delia's a wino. We only have wine like on lives. Honestly, I don't even know the last time we had. I don't think I had wine since the last time we did a live. I hope it doesn't affect my MRI tomorrow.
The wine?
It won't.
You can't have wine before an MRI?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I can't eat metal before an MRI.
No metal?
I'll make sure not to do that. People out there that wouldn't like your videos. Dino, I know, right? What's wrong with people? I mean, I definitely, the Chris Watts video, the one that had one with over 200,000 views, that video went nuts. We were at Cirque du Soleil and I kept checking my phone. It was like every time I checked on it, it had like another 200 views. It was crazy watching that happen. It's slowed down since then, but YouTube had pushed it and it was, you know, that was what people were looking up. And so it was like, it was really kind of like scary having, because the comments were coming in and I didn't really know what to expect. So that video got a lot of dislikes along with a lot of likes too, but it got several dislikes. But my HIV videos don't typically get many dislikes. They just don't, because it's just me talking about, you know, my life and stuff. But like I said, when I upload a video, typically within the first 30 minutes, I get 3 dislikes. It's like clockwork. So there are people who are, and I don't know why, I always think it's something personal.
The video is not even out, let's say, for 10 minutes, and the video is 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
And there's already dislikes. That's how bad it is.
And then, you know, it's been a week since I've had the last video out and I haven't had one more dislike. So it's like, seriously, there's some people that just, they're haters and they subscribe just to dislike the video as soon as it comes out. I mean, look at my HIV videos. There's hardly any dislikes, except for the really big ones, because clearly those have been around for a while and it's different. But like my more recent ones that have like 2,000 views, they have like 4 dislikes. So it's a personal thing. Who knows?
Do you know Crime Queen?
I don't know Crime Queen.
Crime Queen says she only has wine when
during family events. Yeah,
we're family.
There you go.
So there you go.
Share.
Go get a glass of wine right now.
I know.
And it's Friday.
I know. There you go. Good excuse. Oh, I like the MRI thing. I fell asleep in one of them. I did. I had to do one for my brain, but because of my weird smelly thing. Because I have that, I don't want to get into all that, but anyways, everything's turned out fine. But yeah, like I hear that ding, 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 but they like cover your ears and they put a little triangle block under your knees. They pour a warm blanket over you. And I ended up like, I was really trying not to snore. I really kind of fell asleep. Look we have little sleeping animals on both those chairs over there. So cute.
We can't know who dislikes or likes. That's just anonymous.
You don't know. It's anonymous.
We don't know. And that's what's interesting about YouTube is comments. You can't, let's say somebody comments. Yeah. You can't go see other comments that person made on other videos. It's just so anonymous.
It's so anonymous.
And YouTube's wants it that way. So because we cannot.
Because it's good for them.
But YouTube is a big business. They're selling advertisement on every channel.
I know I talk about Lockdown 23-in-1. I know that seems like a strange thing for me to watch, but I think he's really good. And he talked about the comments recently on one of his lives and how this has to stop. I mean, he has people that have threatened he has twin daughters that are like 9 years old. He's actually had people that have threatened his children's lives. I mean, that's how bad it is. People say the worst stuff on YouTube. I had somebody say something to me.
People say the
meanest stuff.
Thing. And to me, like, I read this, I tell myself, there's no way it affects her. But it does.
Yeah.
Like, she comes up to me with these comments. I say, I can't believe somebody said that. And I can't believe you kind of believe it could be true.
Well,
in my mind, it's just
I won't
so
say what it was,
but
yeah, somebody said something that was so... They just went out of their way to say something really awful to me. And it wasn't short. It was like many sentences and thought out. And I ended up crying. I was like, I went up to my room and I laid down and I just needed to cry. It was really hard. I just can't believe sometimes that people could be so mean. And so it really does, you have to try to like block it out. People say block it out, you can't, you've read it, it's in your head. You do have to try to remember that it's just, you don't know who's writing it and what it is, but why would somebody want to take the time to be so awful to somebody is what you can't believe. That's the hardest thing about it. So I don't know, I've heard something about YouTube cutting or turning off comments, and I don't really know much about it. I haven't received a notification from YouTube about that, but this guy was saying, you know, this creator was saying, you know, this is enough. Like, people need to stop. And I don't know if there's a way to make people stop.
I don't think
because they're possible. Anonymous.
If you're gonna allow comments,
there's a lot of unhappy people in the world, and for some reason that makes them feel good to write really awful things, and I don't know why, but it does. And
I find myself sometimes wanting to write something like,
thank you, Fiery Beacon, or Beacon, sorry.
Like, sometimes I feel like I have this thing in me that wants to write something like funny or bad or just to attract attention.
Yeah.
And that's why I understand people that really go all the way to writing whatever they think in their mind, because they know there's not going to be anything happening after. It's just a.
Yeah.
And I also think eventually it could become, let's say somebody threatens you for your life on your channel. That should be illegal. You should have somebody knocking on your door and saying, well, we want to meet you because. Or if somebody on your comment would say, I'm going to go to this school and start this, right?
Right.
This would be a threat.
Right.
That's a threat. So it should be taken accordingly.
And I wanted to say hi, Marianne. I just saw that she joined. I wanted to say hi. Hold on. I wanted to just refresh my...
And right now I have this understanding of very popular people. I bet like Kardashians and even George Clooney and all these very popular people, they have haters.
Totally.
They have people that probably send them letters of hate.
Well, all they have to do is write to them on their Instagram, or I guess they would stop. I feel like I should turn off some of those things too. It's too personal. People can get and just write too personally to me. I mean, I have people that join my Facebook, and my phone has this ring through Facebook. Owen was in the car this morning, and it started. I get that ring, that messenger ringer. Somebody's.
Did you get a comment?
Somebody's calling me through
what?
Facebook Messenger. I have no idea who this person is, but they just think that they can walk into my life and call me to ask me questions about HIV or something, and it's like, no, and I'm like pushing hang up. I'm like, I don't like that somebody has access to me like that. It's not okay. That's too much.
Interesting that somebody you don't even know or can't even see can actually be making your phone ring.
It's
like me being able to call like one of my like the singer of Metallica.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him, right?
Yeah.
Ask him about the last song.
Yeah.
I don't understand this song you're talking about. Like, one? What do you mean by one? I want to ask you. What was the point of that?
I know. It's like, with social media, there's just too much. It's too easy to get a hold of people. I don't like that. I want there to be a little bit of a space. Because I have like so many people people are really nice. I have a lot of people that say, I feel like if I knew you in person, we would be really good friends. I have to tell you, even my best friends, I don't even talk to. Like, I mean, I don't even know the last time I talked to like my poor mom. When Eric's around, I hardly even talk to my mom, but she's really the person I talk to every day. But like even my best friends that are like those girlfriends that I've had in my life forever, I mean, maybe I talk to them like once or twice a year. I mean, I'm terrible with that. What are you laughing at?
I look so stupid because we see each other like with delay.
Oh, the delay.
I get myself. It's so funny. And
why do you
did I cut you off?
No, you were just like laughing about
this guy's Brian C is like making me like I love you, Brian. You're the best. You're making my evening.
Why? What did he say?
This guy just writes stuff, but he's not trolling. He's just being funny.
I ditched Facebook. I'd love to ditch my Facebook. But I need it because I have I have a support group for HIV positive women, but my regular Facebook, I kind of just, I've had to abandon it. It's not even my friends and family anymore. It's a bunch of strangers. And it doesn't, no offense to the strangers. They're people that are following me, but it doesn't feel like my personal Facebook anymore. As I mentioned, we all live on the peninsula. I genuinely only meant, no, it's so cool. Well, Monterey, well, if you live on the Monterey Peninsula, I think we're neighbors. Well, Monterey Peninsula is like Santa Cruz to Monterey. It's that whole...
That's a peninsula?
It's that whole area that curls around, yeah. I used to live in the San Francisco Peninsula. That was San Carlos. That was San Francisco to like San Jose.
I feel like a peninsula is like, it's like something that goes out into the ocean.
A peninsula?
The peninsula
it's where the
like,
water comes in.
Like I would feel like Carmel and all this area is like the peninsula.
Here, a peninsula. I need a pen.
It's a bay. It's a Monterey Bay.
Yeah, a bay.
A peninsula
Same
is
thing.
like,
Same
well,
thing.
the word P9, which is like, it's something that comes out.
Sounds like you're talking about.
No, I didn't want to say the word.
Oh, okay.
But it has the same root that this word you were talking about.
Peninsula.
Thinking about.
Yeah, it does suck, Dana. That messenger does that. I can't stand it, and there's no way to disable it. I've tried. I mean, I get people ringing, and I hang up on them, and I say, please do not call me. This is an invasion of my privacy. And they say, but why? And I'm like, oh my God, because I don't know you. Like, stop calling me. It is creepy. I saw somebody wrote that it's creepy. It is creepy. Yeah, and I don't like that is even an option. And I think for most people that probably doesn't happen to them. But if you're somebody who has like somewhat of a following, that people realize that that's a way that they can contact you. But I will never answer it. Just so if anybody tries it, I will never answer it. And actually, if they do try that, then I block them, because I think that people should know better. That you just don't just call people, and some people are very persistent, and they're like, I don't understand why I can't talk to you, because I don't even know you. Like, why should I pick up the phone and talk to you? Those bananas behind you are making me crave do you know what's really funny? I thought about that right before we went live. I'm like, I don't have enough fruit in that bowl.
Yeah,
I usually have like a bunch of apples, and then I'm like, I thought there's only 2 bananas in there. That doesn't look
Brian, we're so sorry about the decoration. We're going to fix that for the next video. There's going to be more fruit.
It's going to be a full fruit bowl.
A full fruit bowl.
We'll have grapes and all of it. And then you can think about all that you want.
You're actually invited to the next live, Brian. We're going to have 3 seats.
Wait, Brian says, because Santa Cruz is up the coast from me. I'm in Watsonville, Brian. Are you in Watsonville? Just come over. Come on. You know you're right next door. Dude, where are you? This is crazy. Good night, Miss Dog Lover. It's 5 a.m. in London. Oh my God, you were so sweet to get up so early. You got up at like 3 in the morning. I know Vicki Ellis is somebody that I promised her I would do one of these on the weekend, because she always misses my Friday evening lives. I don't know where Watsonville is, but I'm down in Seaside. Dude, okay, what? Seaside's like 4 towns away. How do you not know where Watsonville is? I'm like north of you, like seriously, 20 minutes. That
just doesn't make any sense.
Come on, Brian.
Anyway, yeah. There's years or 2, you know?
That's funny.
It's funny.
We should go soon. People are like on the East Coast, and they're getting
I'm thinking it's 9 o'clock, and I'm flying tomorrow morning, and I don't have anything ready.
We need to go. Yeah, we've been on here for a long time.
And I'm drunk. So I'm going to have to do my luggage tomorrow morning.
What time do you have to leave?
Flight's at 12, so I need to like leave
Be
around
there by 10,
7, 8.
Oh.
8.
I have to be
if
at
I
work.
leave at 8, I'm there at 9. I would leave around 8 o'clock.
Okay. That's right, when I have to go to work. Yeah, we should go, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Brian, you're going to stay. All the others.
We're just going to hang out
Brian
with Brian.
from Massachusetts.
Oh, is that
and
the one you want to
Seaside.
hang out? Oh, okay. Oh, he just moved to California. That's right. Okay, so Brian, You're 20 minutes from me. Yeah. Seaside is like...
Give us your address. We're coming over.
I go to that Costco sometimes.
Brian could drive me to the airport tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Brian, be here bright and early.
Be here early because I don't want to miss my flight.
You could be his, what's that called? I can't think of the name of the car.
My limousine driver.
Not the limousine, the other one.
Please take the black one tomorrow.
I can't think.
Brian.
Well, I gotta go, Jennifer. Good night, Dino.
Good night.
Let's see. Oh, it's probably a sad movie. Oh my God, why is my computer restarting? Weird things are happening over there. Okay, guys, we're gonna say goodbye. I gotta turn it off up here. Have a good one, and I will come back and do a live. I might do one before March 7th, but we'll see. But definitely, for sure, that day. And Eric won't be here. He's going to be in Canada. Got to do it all by myself.